Alrighty. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day number 11 of the World of Tanks Major League, sponsored by Paysafecard. I am your host, Germ, and I'm joined by my co-host, Smiley Rage. Ooh, Smiley, the glasses are back. I love it. How are you doing tonight, Smiley?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. We were just chatting a bit before going live. This is the beginning of the second round robin. Two teams have been relegated. We have 6 left. And I know I say it like every night, but we've got great matches for you tonight. We're going to see Burbology versus Team Flare, followed by Toma versus FHS. And the other weird thing is, it's pretty much nothing but good matches from here on out. These 6 teams haven't done a lot to really, especially the top 5, haven't done a lot to really separate themselves from each other. They're all pretty evenly matched, and anyone can win on any given day. But before we get into too much, I guess I will go over the rules real quick. We've had a little bit of time off back and forth. You know, no Friday matches. We had Canadian Thanksgiving last Monday. So we're getting back in the swing of things. So for you guys that are new, it's a 6-on-6 format. Tier 10s attack defense, meaning each team plays each map twice on either side, once on attack, once on defense. There is a 2 of maximum per tank type. No reward tanks are allowed, so 279Es, Chieftains, 907s not allowed. The only tech tree tank that is not allowed is the EVR wheeled light tank. There is an advanced tank picking system that we will illustrate to you guys a little bit later on. I guess otherwise, exclamation point PSC for Paysafecard will tell you a little bit about our sponsor a little bit later on. But yeah, we've got a lot of roster changes that have just kind of completed here. And Smiley.
Yeah, we do.
Do you want to go over some of the roster changes that are kind of striking you first? I think that's a good way to kind of start, don't you?
Yeah, we could start with the roster changes. So, from FHS, they removed Finesse and they added Demonic. Demonic is from Cat Jam. So there's that. So
A
kind of like a
relegated
team roster. Yeah, a relegated team. So one of their top players from a relegated team actually got another team. Then we have Team Flare. They removed Morgan and Ferret for Dodo and Skip Star. Huh. Actually.
Dodo is the big one, which I'm going to talk about later, but not now because those that know me know I've known Dodo a long time.
And then we have Burbology removed Denial, and they added the one, the only Nova_XD, Nova_Watt, Supernova, Nova Tankers. You know, he has like 18 names, but he is the one and the only. Nova.
Always some kind of Nova. I like that. You were like a fight announcer going like, the king of win 8, the marker of 3s,
the man, he marked the Caro, but can he mark his team's wins? You know what I mean? Like, can he do I don't know. Supernova_07. You know what I mean? He has a lot of names that he goes by, but we all know him as Nova, right? Then they also added Star Wars 8 and Raps. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh wait. Oh no, that's for No Hard Feeling. I'm sorry, I misread that. So for No Hard Feelings, they obviously Supernova's gone. They added Star Wars 8 and Drap.
Did they really also remove the logo? Because it's a Supernova logo. That'll be awkward.
Maybe. Maybe they did remove their logo. Maybe we have new logos, so we have to update.
Maybe when Nova transferred, he forfeited all rights to the image as part of the transfer deal.
But anyway, before that team goes first, that'd be insane.
Viral, we are seeing the training room, by the way, on the clean feed.
Are they supposed to be in the match right now?
No, I think we're just supposed to be seeing the other thing.
Oh, true.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You should add him.
Smiley, but
oh, there he is.
Yeah, let's see what else. Okay, so with Flare, and we'll have the teams, kind of the visual up for you guys in just a moment, but Burbology versus Team Flare. Flare being the team that, okay, so Burbology has Nova now. We saw him do that blind shot in, like, what was it, the first or second match, Tail and Proc. That's, Nova's an outstanding player. Dodo is also another outstanding player. And, I mean, we can't forget Skip in all of this, too, but
right.
Dodo is a former Gold League MVP. He has won the Gold League, maybe the single, actually, I'm pretty sure he's won the Gold League the single most times of any North American player. He was a member of Fulcrum back in the day. He was a member of before he joined my team with me on Cunningham's, and we won several times there. And that's pretty much where he was as it went through Cunningham's to Noble to Apex to elevate that team. And even though he didn't have, I think, a second MVP season, he always was in the discussions as one of the top players. And he's a versatile player, experienced player, and you never kind of want to bet against him. And now he's reunited with External, another former teammate. And we said that Flares had some issues with maybe some cohesion sometimes, being a little disjointed.
True.
And maybe Dodo and External playing together, that can do a lot to
That'll
solidify
do a
that
lot,
roster.
especially if those two are like next to heavy tank, like next to each other in like heavies.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know they were known for that. Because Dodo's a solid heavy player. I haven't even seen him. I mean, we've seen people like Ox Mathis play a VZ, but now I'm curious to see if Dodo plays it.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, Dodo is a player, like, he could do anything. He can be that Batchat on the weak side. He can be the scout or the tank destroyer or the heavy. He can do anything.
He could also be like, remember that match where the mouse did like almost 4K? Like, that could be Dodo.
Yes,
right? It was
that
like
could be Dodo.
Like Ober did that, I think. Yeah. But as you can tell, Germ is a big Dodo fan.
I think I still have exclamation point Dodoma or Dodogasm in my Twitch. Let me see. Does it still work? Oh, I have to go check the Nightbot command exactly. But the Dodoma and the T49, when he one-shot someone in Cliff in his T49 back with the derp gun back when it was tier 8. Oh, it was great. Right. And yes, now we actually do see the maps on the clean feed, so we can go ahead and talk about that really quick as we switch scenes for you guys. Bam. Muravanka being banned. Ghost, I'll try to go fast because we're going to be going into the round really food. Muro and Ghost Town banned, so we'll see Tundra Steps, Tundra Steps, then Proc, then Sand River. So Tundra, Steps, Proc, Sand River. Huh. Tundra and Step. No Himmelsdorf. What do you think? This is the first time I feel like in a while we're seeing no Himmelsdorf.
There we go. Team Flare, have we seen them on Himmels? I feel like that's a kind of actually one of the things they ban.
Is it?
That's why, yeah, I think it is.
And they're the only team that banned. They do play a lot of Proc and Steps, I remember.
I remember they play a lot of Steps. And I know for a fact their first ban is always like Ghost Town. They're not the only team to do that. But right. I think their second ban has always been like Himmels, if they can help it. From what I can remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, and knowing Dodo always liked Himmelsdorf as well, and it's interesting, they didn't ban it first. Because like you said, they banned Ghost Town first, like you said.
They always ban Ghost Town first.
So they have to be ready for Himmelsdorf, but maybe it's a Burbology's been strong on Himmelsdorf type thing too, right? Could be that.
It could be, but the Bears are kind of... This is where we're going to start seeing teams get serious.
Yeah. We've had two sets of roster changes, and some of these teams have changed quite a bit. It doesn't sound like a lot, like adding one person, but it kind of is when you think about it, and especially when you've done it twice. Like, I mean, that's what, a third of your team in a 6-on-6. So, and when some of these other teams are absorbing players like Nova from other teams, and then Dodo just comes out of left field, hasn't been playing on a team. Yeah, a lot can go down, and we just don't, and no one's been consistent yet. So no one's been like, Burbology was consistent until they started getting 4-0'd by, other teams, like was it FHS with that's Knight's team, right? And Chase. But going into the tank picking here, for those that have not seen this before, you can see on the top of the attacking team, Flares on attack, they pick the first 2 tanks, then Burbology on the bottom picks 4 tanks, then the attacking team picks 3, then the defending team picks 2, then the attacking team picks the last tank. So they both can see this. They have about 45 seconds each to do all of their picks cumulative. So they can afford to pick counter picks. And Burbology, with their final pick, going with a mouse. Interesting. On Tundra. I mean, it's defense, so it anchors.
like it probably anchors north, right? Look at that lineup.
Mm-hmm.
It probably anchors north to
That
prevent
north
them
middle
from
area,
doing that.
right? That
Yeah, north middle area where
D line,
you
is
can
it? C
mm-hmm,
line?
where you do that crossing. Maybe it's tall enough to get resets and we just don't know yet, or something like that.
Could be. And we're getting ready to go into the round. We didn't do predictions. Smiley.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
with
I'm gonna
Flare
go.
four
Okay.
to two because I'm just
Mm,
want to see if they are completely changing or not. And
okay, and I'll do 4-2 Burbology. How about that? We're
very
actually
good.
gonna have
Nova
different
can
predictions.
really solidify that team with maybe
Mm-hmm.
some flex calls and being able to kind of like think on his own on the weak side as well. And yeah, we're gonna see who's gonna be the biggest impact. If we start the first round of the second round robin, there is that mouse played by December, and you can see the defense from Burbology mostly going south with just December.
Nova, you could say Nova is able to solidify Burbology where he couldn't with no NHF. No play.
Oh, and we didn't talk about Onion. Onion is Skipstar apparently.
Okay.
So
That's
names
the
wise,
that's if I Skipstar. Wait, I swear to God he said he couldn't play the game.
well, that may still be true. We'll see. External. We'll see.
I didn't mean it like
We'll
that.
see. We'll check
I
the
meant, like, I
fantasy
didn't
after
think-
the match today. External trying to get the first shots out,
I
not
didn't mean it like
connecting.
that. I meant like that's hilarious.
And Kenway
Because he
pressuring up
used
hard.
to. Why do I recognize that name? Can you remind me?
Kenway, your boy.
No, Skipstar Onion.
Skipstar's played a long time. I don't know why it's Onion or not, but oh, and Major Pain is pushing up. This is a
Major
aggressive
Pain
south
is pushing
play
up. This is a
from
very
Burbology.
aggressive.
We haven't really seen much of this, and now here comes the counterplay. Bloop is coming straight in. He's going to dump his clip into Major Pain and continue on through. And there's a fire. Major Pain is down to External.
He is down.
Teams started doing this in some of the other formats, this aggressive south play, and a lot of the times it ends up going something like this because you kind of are refixing the wheel, and it's a lot of times doesn't work out really well because, well, that defense doesn't have to go aggressive south for this exact reason. But we're gonna have to see if Team Flare can continue to capitalize, as it looks
They're
like
just
the
gonna
mouse
keep on
is
pushing
trudging
because the
south.
mouse got lit right on the bridge. It looks like.
I assume so. And
I'm guessing the Super Con the 277 get that vision.
Nexus getting a bad.
They're crossing. They're
shot of
probably gonna get
damage
shot there while they do the crossing. He did took a. I mean, he's on the ridge, so he's not gonna have enough gun depression to get his gun down there.
Mm-hmm. And now Skipstar's showing up. Dark Ninja is going straight in, and they are going to push. Here it comes. They're going to try to pick. It looks like Kenway before Nova. Kenway is completely isolated.
Next pick.
Ninja
Look
going
at
up and
Dark.
over. He's going to ram to get the kill. Oh, no, he's going to continue forward and let someone else has called the kill shot, and they have it. Down goes Kenway, and it is 7-5 right now, or 6-4 right now as Dark Ninja.
6-4.
As I continue to
The
think it's
mouse
7 on
is trying
7.
to get in the fight.
HP exactly even, except, a third of it's on a mouse.
Right.
And someone has to get Nova. They should be able to pick him up here in just a moment. Nexus goes down to October.
Oh, but he did get a
Ooh,
shot
that's
off right
lot
before
of
he got picked.
damage
Yeah,
on the
he did a
Ninja for
lot of
that.
damage.
I think the
He
mouse
did
got
like
a shot
500
too.
and something.
Wow.
Remember, it's a 490 gun, so 490 guns can do some meme things. If Dark goes up, I think the mouse picks him.
Yeah, he should. Dark Ninja just getting a cheeky shot in there on the mouse.
He did get a really insane snap. Luckily, that Russian tank has the elevation to kind of do that because he is on the side of a ridge. Looks like Onion might get hit here by the mouse. Yep, he gets shot. It looks like they're looking to pick Muscles here. Muscles trying to
just
hopefully
get away
get
or
out.
live as long as possible and hope, for fires,
Maybe
hope for
get some
good
damage
things.
out.
Because he knows that the VZ will be around the corner any moment. And I mean, Muscle's playing it correctly and landing some hits on the move too.
He did really good
That's
there. He's gonna get some
perfect.
bleed on the super conk before he goes down. Maybe.
Oh.
Oh, unfortunately, he actually missed that. It looked like.
And Dodo
Soup
will go
might
down
reload
here in
at
a
the same
moment.
time.
He's going to take another hit.
Ooh, he
and
does.
December
both-
gets the kill. Now all of a sudden, Flair's in a little bit more dire of a situation. Muscle's just
Correct.
living here. He's going to keep going around and around and hope that they
Oh
get missed.
my
And Dark
goodness,
Ninja
look at
goes
him.
down to
He
the
is-
mouse. This is the big turnaround. Burbology are in prime position here, and Onion just can't get his gun on the targets that he needs to.
That was really impressive how he just kept on going around and around it.
Yeah, the only thing I think of is Onion had to maybe turn back around, or I don't know what it was that they could have done to stop it, but the timing was perfect. And now Onion
I
needs to
mean,
pick
it's
him up,
either
but he's going to take
either
maybe 3 shots for
either
crossing.
going to hold. Ooh, looks like Onion is
Ooh,
actually going to aggro
and
here
Muscles
try
lands
to
another
play.
snap. Really cheeky. These little shots here and there are all the difference. And there's the next shot from the mouse. And now Onion he has to take 3 shots in order to pick up Muscles.
It was really good of Muscles just to stay there. Like, he literally just had to stay there and get that last shot off on Onion to basically make sure both of them are one shots, because now they have an 1800 mouse and they have Octo, which most likely, I mean, he can kind of keep these guys here. This is like some pretty
they're stuck. And I'd like to say that this was like a throw from Flare, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case. The only thing is Skipstar had to get his HP in there moving faster and earlier, even though he wasn't loaded, just to keep that tank there. And down goes Onion to December, and it's just over. External can't possibly manage to win this. And Burbology definitely were on the ropes. They should have lost it without Muscles play. There was no chance. There was absolutely no chance.
It was actually really crazy because it didn't look like it was going to be Burbology's win, as they lost Major Pain so early in the bout. And I don't think the trade was really in favor of Burbology when Major Pain went down.
And they lost, they lost 2 tanks, really. And then Nova was afterwards, but Nova lived a while. And those extra shots when they had to kill Nova at the end, that extra like 1500 damage here, they're like, in and of itself, like that alone, they could still weather. But that combined with the play from Muscles not getting picked, they just had to throw away more than 3000 HP and not get all the picks for it. They got really just Nova in the end at that point. And then some of their other guns were just too low and they got isolated and picked. And first round goes to Burbology. Wow.
Nice.
Well, I'm going to say strategically, victory for Flare, individual player skill, victory for Burbology. I think that strat wasn't the best thing, but Burbology played their way out.
I mean, dude, look at Muscles, dude. 5K in his CS. You know what's actually really interesting? I don't know what the statistics are for tanks, but I think like the CS is up there, because you see people like Floppy, Muscles, I think even like Dark. I mean, I could go on. The list goes on and on, where people are doing insane amounts of damage.
And it's just fast. It's able to get to those positions, and it's just fast enough and slightly low enough DPM, or not DPM. DPM is good, but like, you know, it's not the high penetration, high out. It's not the big threat in these brawls, so it's rarely the first focus. And the players playing them, I think, also too has something to do with it. You don't tend to put your weak player in the CS that's doing the scouting runs and the. You know, you don't put your Germ or your even maybe you, Smiley. I don't think we put you in a CS. I think we stick you in a Super Conqueror or a VZ and let you anchor and farm. I think me in a CS, it's like, oh no, guys, I like going fast, and then I just kind of die, and it's bad. And they go, yeah, we need you to not do that.
I played it a little bit in Clan Wars, but I didn't particularly like it. Like, I don't like the gun.
Oh no, Clan Wars is different. I was really good at it in Clan Wars because I was the best ramming roadblock player ever to grace Clan Wars.
Oh, you're talking about like the mines? I mean,
yeah, I'm talking mines. A little clip.
I'd rather play a chieftain. I'd rather play a chieftain on mines than a CS, because the CS, they're like, oh, block them all so we can kill them. Like, I want to be the damage farmer. You know what I mean?
And I was always the 279, just being like, guys, it's okay. I've got it. You guys just kill them all. You know, if they push here, you know, I'll die, but like, you know, I'll bounce like 3k before I do, so that's good. Like, we can put German at 279. Even a player of his caliber can still sustain a decent number.
And it looks like we're getting into the tank picks for the next round.
Yes, we are.
With Burbo on attack, bringing 2 VZs, 2 IS-7s, a 277. While on defense, Team Flare has readied up 2 IS-7s, a VZ, a Super Conk, a 50B, 2 50Bs, and a CS at the end there. And so 2 50Bs on defense. So what are you thinking of that? Because that's actually kind of interesting.
They better pen their shots and not get picked.
That's your take?
Yeah, I feel like it's too light.
But that's what I was gonna. say too, because there's a lot of ridges on this map too. It's not even that like they're too
Mm-hmm.
light. It's just the fact that like there could be a lot of scenarios where people can kind of get hold down or kind of
They
hit
have a
you, but you
lot
can't hit
of
them.
burst, but very low DPM with like also double IS7, or not double IS7. Sorry, yeah, double IS7. And I mean the 277 has, or wait, it isn't double 50B.
Oh, I could have sworn I saw
I saw double
250B.
50B as well. I think it must have been just
Okay,
it was a glitch in the
it must
matrix.
have
But
been a
yeah, no, I
glitch.
agree.
Okay,
This
it's actually
makes more sense.
60TP. This makes
150B
way
makes
more
sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know
we're
where all the anchor tanks are gonna be, and I'm like, they had a lot of burst, and I was like, but I don't know if they have any staying power for like I was like, their autoloaders would have to pen all of their shots, and even then they have to like kill something quickly, because yeah, the Dota is playing the 60 TP. He was always a big fan of it, even when it first came out. I remember that. Just gosh, I mean, it's been a little while now since it came out. You can see their 3k HP. My God, but he does go down to 2500 right at the beginning. Just getting into position.
it's your boy. What?
Yeah, it's a little slow trying to get there. Either a blind or now starting to
And it
flex in
looks
its
like, at
southern
least
attack.
I don't know about your stream. It looks like on my end there's actually no drops activated right now. Sadly, I'm so sorry, boys.
Oh, is that true?
Ladies and gentlemen.
I cannot tell. If they are not enabled, I apologize.
The way I can, well, I guess I could go to your.
It doesn't appear to be enabled on mine from what I can tell.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, guys. We'll get that hopefully fixed either tonight or by Wednesday. And if they are not fixed tonight, we will have amended, hopefully, drops to help you guys get all the drops this week with Wednesday and Friday streams. But anyway,
on Mondays usually the drops are sleepy. They stay up too late on Sundays, so you know they don't wake up at the right time on Mondays.
It's always a long weekend for drops. So you can see that the 60 TP Dodo even started shifting southward, and a lot of their guns are shifted southward. And I think it's just because they know that they're down there, and they just know. It's like they're just trying to get as many guns in position as possible for this eventual south push. This is the thing with Tundra. It's like we've only seen one of two things happen: a north play or a south play. So I think it may have been in another format. We saw some people do some F-line shenanigans, but it's tricky and very
like into
difficult.
the water. We've never seen anything into the water. We've seen people take their two. Like it was actually FHS. Remember the 113? Like yeah, they took like the they took like F2, G2. They took like into there. While also simultaneously pushing into K1. I think it was FHS versus Toma T is where that happened. And the people on Toma basically said that like they would have won it if, you know, like the apparently like one of the VZs didn't know what he was supposed to be doing down there and kind of stuff like that. So stuff, you know, because stuff happens, right? And some people don't, as much as they should be paying attention, they don't, and it happens to the best of us. You know?
Here comes the play. It's G-Line, 10-way like Major Pain December. Fast Thrussians going forward. Major Pain there, and Nexus spots it, but doesn't get the shot out. He was suppressed a little bit, getting blinded or getting shot at. He was scared to be poked up, but now he's got a cross!
Okay, I don't know why. I guess he has to cross not to get picked.
I suppose so, or try to live as long as possible.
I feel like he's going to get picked here.
I think that your feeling is right.
And so once again, Nexus looked like he had some gun depression problems in the IS-7. I'd maybe recommend like him playing a different tank if that like continues, if that becomes a statistic. But he is the caller, so it, you know, for all we know, he was like pinging the map. He was like, "You guys need to come up this way. You guys need to do this now, right?" It's kind of hard playing the game.
Oh come on, just jump off, hit Nova. This is why I can't play competitive anymore. Is that's what I do. Because I mean, if that's a pub battle, like I just jump.
But it's not a pub battle; it's competitive.
Yeah, I know, and it's money on the line, and it's a.
And plus, we gotta watch Muscles farm like 5K again.
Please tell me I put him on my team. Oh, I think I didn't. Kept tinkering at the last second. Dang it. Dodo trying to catch Nova. Will land a shot here.
I think I put 10-way. It's okay. It'll be okay.
Him on fire as well. I think. I think that was Extinguisher Cruise or something, or not Cruise, Directives. Because that fire went out really fast.
It's so weird seeing Dark and Dodo on the same team.
It is an external here going to be the next pick. Oh, but Onion there lands. I think he penned 2. I don't know if the second one bounced or not. External trying to reload, trying to get loaded, trying not to die beforehand. He needs to get shot by all 3 in order to die. And he does go down just in time for Burbology. HP even, and that is really big for them.
The VZ is probably going to get maybe another clip off. He might be looking to help pick Supernova. No,
Dodo is able to get him down.
Yeah. The problem is he's trying to get safe, but he might end up being a pick here. Dodo needs to just turn left right there. Oh, looks like he's going to try to shoot the last guy because he is a one-shot for him.
Yeah, he just needs to not low roll.
There he goes.
He does get the kill, and now it is a 2-on-3, and now it looks like Burbology is just going to be in for the kill. Onion is still on reload. Dodo trying to keep him alive. They do get the double tap. No high roll necessary. Now Dodo will get one more shot out here. He doesn't get the fire, and that's going to do it. Very close game and very fragmented. Difficult to follow because of the fight on the one line, simultaneously with the CS versus IS-7 that didn't seem to go well. Correct. Muscles again winning out. Not sure what happened there. Maybe I think it was Nexus. Maybe, oh no, not Nexus. It was Nexus went down the beginning.
So the one takeaway is when we look at both teams on attack, one team picked a guy but took damage to pick him, and the other team practically did it for free, right? Mm-hmm. I think Nexus got picked way more for free than Major Pain did. And I think that was like the big difference in this battle.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to the opening.
Mm-hmm. And they were able to get a lot closer to pick Nexus, but
yeah,
the information from Nexus's position, in my mind, didn't provide anything. They didn't get like one shot of damage out on them crossing for him to be an isolated pick. Like, he could have just been back there with everyone else when you think about it.
Right.
Possibly. I mean, I guess they could have gone red line, but still, like, it didn't feel like that position was warranted, given they just couldn't cover him as effectively. And like you said, he couldn't get a shot out before they pressured in. And yeah, it's just that, and that little bit on attack is what you need in order to get a chance. And even then, at the end, it's really close.
4K. Let's go.
I did pick your boy. Well, he's kind of our boy now with my fantasy team, I think, because I've been I've been picking Kenway a lot lately. After that first like 2 days of him getting used to it, he's just been, I mean, he's adjusted so fast to the league. His performance has been consistently
he's
top.
Kind of like, he was kind of like my Dodo, but in the beginning, because he was like a little underdog, and I'd said that, like,
he's like a Brazilian Dodo.
When he gets used to it, he's just gonna be good. He's just gonna be out there farming. Because I mean, that's what they've even openly, I mean, like, the people that run that team have even openly said that that's what they have him for, to shoot tanks consistently.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I get you guys just to link and unlink your Wargaming account? That is what they're telling me right now.
On Twitch or on...
Again?
Yeah, I believe on Twitch.
Okay.
Oh, just on Twitch?
Yeah, that might be the problem.
Okay,
I think people would really like having their drops enabled, or getting their drops.
I will see what I can do. We have to go to...
We're just gonna hold up the stream here for like a minute or two while you guys just check behind the scenes.
Sure. Yeah, let's...
Where is that at again? Is that under connections?
Or is I think it is... Yes, connections. Like, you can go to drops and then connections, and then like...
This is like wargaming.net 12 days ago I connected it. Is it that one? So I deconnect it?
Yes.
And then I have to go to the website, right? Like Wargaming website, and reconnect it, I think.
I think so. That's where I'm going to. I'm literally on the same step as you, because I'm logging into my Wargaming. Oh yeah, I think you do it on World of Tanks, because you can connect on the World of Tanks thing. But yeah, it's best to I think, disconnect.
You connect on World of Tanks, but you can disconnect it Twitch, probably.
So guys, bear with us for a moment while we do that. So hopefully you guys get your drops enabled again.
Oh no, I have an auth on my phone, and my phone is, hold on.
Oh, yep, same. Be right back, everyone, while I grab my phone. Do.
Okay.
Play the
Tragic
mariachi
Loss is
music.
saying you might have to check on both, open the connections on both sites, and unlink and relink.
Okay. I think I just relinked on one, and now I have reconnected it. Time to see if it works now.
Wait, where's the connection on the World of Tanks website?
Account management, I believe. We don't have to like turn off the stream and on the stream, do we?
Link socials. Oh, is it this link on profile link?
Mm-hmm. I have reconnected mine.
I can have a link for you guys here for the wargaming side.
Authorized.
Tragic.
There you go.
Mine appears to still not have drops enabled from what I can tell. Thank you everyone for bearing with us. I'm sure you guys understand why you want your stuff. And we want to give it to you.
Okay, that's for the wargaming side. It's under personal.
Oh, shit. God damn it.
Yeah, mine's relinked on that as well. As of the 18th, which is today. Yeah, unsure why.
Default browser link on Discord is not what I have with the for
Oh, yeah.
everything else. It like popped up.
Okay.
Alright, I did mine.
I've unlinked both and relinked both. But I'm pretty sure it's still not doing it.
Okay, well, there's
So I
only so
don't
much
know
we
if
can do right now. Because I don't think Tragic's even home. I think she's just trying to do this over her phone. So
I don't know if it might be like a restart stream thing. I don't know.
Yeah. And we have a delay.
That's not really, I mean, it's still not too big
The
a
only
deal
thing
we
we
go
could
right back
do
into
is,
it with the delay.
we could wait till this battle ends and then disconnect, discard the delay, and just go live again.
I'm going to ask. Because we could, like another possibility is we can just do adjusted drops for the rest of the week. Sorry, everyone, that this is all happening. She's saying you do not have to restart the stream.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then, it happens. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Well, we'll try to look to fix this off stream then, and we'll have drops guaranteed for.
I think people would rather see
tomorrow
these two
with
teams
miners
fight.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what we're gonna just move on to.
Okay. Thank you guys for
sorry about this, everyone.
sticking through all this. Part of it was like this conversation may not be aired.
You guys don't deserve drops, to be honest.
I want to go ahead and say that I'm at twitch.tv/Germ_NA, and I think that all of you deserve drops, and I disagree with
Yo!
Oh, God. Oh, Smiley, I just saw your... Oh, are you not at your camera? Because you went to grab your phone?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I gotta put it back up. My bad.
Oh, yeah, because it's your phone. Oh, I wasn't looking, so I was just like, oh, no, did Smiley go away? Oh, nope, there's Smiley. Here, I'll switch it for a second while we bring up the feed again. It is 2-0 again. Sorry about that, guys, but we promise to make it better in the future. Going into the next map, which will be Steps, or Steppies, as some people like to call it. One of the maps that Flare plays a lot. They seem to do pretty well at it, but Burbology also has Nova, and Nova's played very well on Steps. I feel like it's a map that he liked playing when he was calling as well, and he always seemed comfortable, even going back way back when, years ago.
Right.
So maybe most of the teams, I would say right now, of these 6 remaining are not comfortable on steps. I'd say these are probably the 2 that are the most comfortable. Maybe Jack is AFK. I would add to that group as well. But other than that, I don't feel like other teams really are that crazy about it. I could be forgetting someone, but looking at the tank picks here, Flare going heavy.
Both of these teams are pretty stacked, I would say.
Yes. It's amazing what
especially
one or
now
two
with
people
these last
does.
roster changes.
Yeah, like the team gets completely, because it's not just a offense to anyone
one
that's
or
like
two people
change everything.
Yeah, because they're 40% of the team, right?
When I joined Cunningham's way back in the before times, it was considered a mediocre team that like outperformed their skill level at the time because they had kind of like blue win 8 style stats and weren't from necessarily the top 18 Clan Wars teams.
2016 BC.
But I remember I joined with Dodoma and then Militant at the same time. And
in the Cunninghams.
And then Impact joined right after that with Akula and Ex-Soldier. And that changed the team really, really quickly. The second you have as one of your players someone like Dodoma and, well, obviously me, no, or like a Canadian Impact or like and then eventually External. That was what's so messed up is that eventually External was added like a season or 2 later. And everyone's like, External's a good player and all that. Like, but it was like, but he's joining like an all-star studded, lineup.
Yeah, I don't even know. Even like I've talked to External in the past, and he's like, I don't know how I ended up there. I just kind of ended up there.
I can tell you why he ended up there. Because Impact and Dota both vouched for him heavily, and Ex-Soldier and Akula did too. But I think mostly X knew him, or Akula knew him a little bit. I don't think X may have known him that well, but I'm trying to remember. But I know that Impact knew him, Canadian Impact knew him well, and Dota knew him well, and both of them vouched for him, and I trusted them.
Yeah, because once he went to Otter from Villain, he stayed there.
Yeah. I also made fun of him for Villain, like I do anyone that was in that clan.
Yeah, but Villain was so good back then.
Yeah, they're still a sub-clan in my eyes that can't beat Relic third. But anyway,
what? I beat Otter on fucking... excuse me.
Hey, back then I beat Otter with 11 tanks.
I beat Otter on a highway, bro.
212 artillery on live oaks that I got to call because we had 5 simultaneous battles. But anyway, the game's been going on as we're... This was before Otter was Otter.
Like Wally's, though. I just yelled a lot and called people dumb. I don't know if I would call it calling or not.
Nexus and Dark Ninja on the cap, putting on a lot of pressure on...
looking for resets, getting bled while going to it.
Yeah,
actually bounce a couple.
Yeah, bounce a couple in the IS-4. IS-4, not a tank we've seen a lot of on this map. Not in the position. We've seen it on the 0 line more, but it's got so much HP, and I feel like this is one of those sleeper tanks that's going to be seen more and more as the season goes on. The penetration on the gun is solid. It's always solid. It's not fast, but it's fast enough in this format to get where it needs to go usually. It's just so much quicker than things like a 60 TP, and also the profile. It's just not gargantuan, and it's not an auto pen at ranged on the side in the way that some of the other vehicles are. Some of the good soft stats of the Russian heavies and mediums in this game is just their profile, their armor profile. They're just a smaller target. So they're off the cap. Now they have to readjust. What do you do here, Smiley? Are you going to in favor of this south play? Both teams very heavy.
Like going back south?
Yeah, kind of like how Blooped and Dodo are starting to go.
If they catch Nova leaving, that actually, it's just like a timing thing. They didn't catch him leaving, though. Muscles lights him, gets double bushed, and is going to get a lower plate shot. He only crits, though. It looks like, to be honest with you,
it looks like
Nova's
maybe
probably
a
going to
second
slap
behind
here
you.
soon.
I'm going to refresh really quickly. Just a couple seconds.
Okay. It looks like the VZ is clipping out. He clips out, but he doesn't get... Bloop is literally taking no bleed for this. And that's a lot of info. They now know that there's a VZ up there. In K7, he also knows that the CS is down there, and they also know... I don't know if they got the info on the VZ, but they actually got muscles to back off. This actually might work out in their favor, even though they wrap back around on south.
Both teams are in awkward spots. Like, I don't think either of them kind of anticipated it to play out exactly this way. And it's all, once that IS-4 from Kenway got in there, I mean, they can't put cap pressure, and they don't really want to pick him because they're just, sitting ducks for everything. And now Muscle's starting to take damage from Dodo, but Dodo's taking damage in return. while Skipster pushes up, or Mr. Onion. Blue planting a shot. External coming in the back chat. His clip is going to be so important, but October gets a shot into him. External down to 964, down to 500 health. If he goes down here before he gets his clip out, that's really bad. He needs to get out as many shots as possible. And he's trying to live as long as possible. He's trying not to get high rolled here by December, as December does get the high roll on External. He goes down, but Flare, evening it up, going to be going for him, finishing him off, and Onion goes down to October's clip. And wow. Now October's on the run.
And so, like I was saying, the way that it worked out was all timing based, and the fact that Bloop got shot almost 5 times and took no damage until they actually initiated the push was really, really in favor of them. But it still looks like Burbology might take this, especially if they pick that guy up north really quickly.
Explain that pen on that ISF. Did he hit the cheek? I must have misseen where that shell actually connected, but also a very nice fast reaction snap in return. Yeah, you're right. I didn't know if your mic cut out for a second because you went really quiet for a moment, but
No.
So I was sitting there going like, and Dodo here trying to make stuff work. He does pick up October. Very cheeky play, but it's probably going to be too little too late. CS in the north, played by Dark Ninja's trying to live as long as possible. Supernova here against Bloop and Dodo. He can't kill them both, and that's kind of the important thing for Flare to understand, and they do. And Bloop trying to just get there and get the damage. Dodo knowing that, and Dodo's just getting one shot in. Now Bloop just has to pen a shot. Dodo gets, he doesn't even get a shot out. That is unfortunate. Very heads up play by Dodo to use that route to climb that ridgeline. A lot of people wouldn't do that. And now
I think you're behind me still.
Yeah, I think I'm down. I've got to be a little bit behind you. So
I'm at 205, 204, 203.
I'm about 3 seconds solid behind you.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, bro, they're already dead. What you talking about?
Oh yeah, this becomes the awkward thing that Smiley and I have talked about in casting from time to time. Is from every once in a while, one of us just can't get the feed a little bit behind the other person, and so we have to kind of improvise how we commentate on it. So apologies if that sounded a little redundant for those watching on Smiley's streams. Like, this germ guy's got brain delay. He must be from NA.
And like we were talking earlier, a player can't make a difference. So that South play looked at kind of scuffed. It ended up really good. I just think it, I don't know. This just seemed like a really solid game for both parties. I don't really see how somebody could have done something a little bit different. Because like, I mean, even Bloop, like he should have took so much more bleed. He's gonna get bled here in a second. They are in the bushes.
1 minute left. He just has to basically drive at him, hope that they bounce, and that's all they can do. They gotta drive straight in, find them, pen their shots, ammo rack.
Correct.
Explosion. That isn't on their side.
Major Pain also looking at Bloop. Bloop gets the hold down, gets a nice shot in, but takes one in return. And now he has one shot for the IS-4, which has 1181 HP.
Which could be technically clipped by the Kronwagen. With 37 seconds left, the Kron is only going to get one clip out.
The Kron is coming in, looking to pick Major Pain. He's looking for the angle. 12 degrees of gun depression. Is he going to get it? He does not get it. He's trying really hard. Oh, Major Pain is going to go down here as he got baited.
Oh, very nice pick by Toma, and only 20 seconds.
Now he has 2 shots. So most likely what's going to happen is Bloop does need to pen this. He does pen it, and if he so Kenway's he's kiting, he's trying to get away.
Dodo just has to pen too. It's 2 seconds.
It goes down, and the Burbology actually wins their defense barely, but Kenway running down the time.
Barely. And what I was gonna say is, all 3 of these rounds, Flare has not gotten a win yet, but they have all been really, really close. And that one, I think, was the closest one yet.
That was the closest one yet. Wow.
So for those just tuning in, 3-0 may be the score line, but that doesn't necessarily
Dodo doing story. 5K.
Jeez. 4 kills.
And 4 kills.
Woof. Oh, Dodo.
Yelling at External for only doing 731 damage. No play.
Knowing Dodo, he absolutely will. He'll say something like, all you had to do was pen another shot or 2. And then we just had to, he'll say, all you had to do was wait another 2 seconds before we went in. That's all you had to do. But Nova, the other story, I mean, not as high in numbers, but 3,300, and he was the last tank alive in that South play. Penning his shots, doing a lot of damage. Major Pain doing 3k damage.
It shouldn't even have been that close. Like I said before, when Bloop was coming in, he literally took like almost like he took a whole VZ clip. He took muscle shot him twice, and he literally took 0 damage. Like I don't know how much armor he blocked, but it must have been. I mean, he got crit a lot, and that in itself was Team Flare. If there's something they did wrong, is they didn't bleed the IS-7, right? He got safe in those, in the rocks on the, what would that be? Like the J line, J line, for free basically.
Yeah, that.
And then as a result, Dodo got there for free as well because Dodo got behind the rock because the CS backed off, so we didn't have vision of Dodo going around, right? The long way. So it's just like a lot of things. Like it wasn't. So the South play, like you asked me, like it wasn't bad because they did it really good. And like a lot of things that a lot of people don't like when you see stuff like that. A lot of people go like, "Oh, what the heck? How do they not, see that?" But it's literally comes down to timing. Where everybody is, what people are doing. But to be honest with you, Burbology probably they took a long time to kill the who was it? Was it external? No, it was Dark. They took a long time to kill Dark. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from that.
They did. Dark I thought was dead meat a little bit earlier than that, but he managed to live a lot longer than that because he was at half health, I think, at that point. In that 2v2 in the north. But yeah, have to go back and watch like some replay of the individual plays and see like where someone maybe missed or bounced. And sometimes things happen too with some of these tanks that we may not visually see, guys, such as like someone got ammo rack, someone got a dead driver, or a dead things happen that are like, oh, that's why he wasn't able to connect that next one, or why he got outmaneuvered. Going into the tank picks on this next round, hopefully the timer's a little bit better on my end. I'll let you know at the start of the battle.
Oh, okay. Let me know.
Match point for Burbology.
Well, what's readied up right now? There's this the last pick for me.
Don't.
It's not picked.
I have 2 more for Flare. Okay.
2 more for Flare, 1 for Burb.
It'll be easier with the clock.
Back chat and a VZ and a CS.
And I still don't see the CS. Now I see the CS, so it looks like I'm still a second or 2 behind.
You're still behind.
So you can do the play-by-play, just,
Okay.
do a second or 2, kind of delayed when someone explodes. Otherwise it's, and Dodo gets the ammo rack. And everyone's like, oh, there it is.
Okay.
It's a
You're
lovely
literally
technical
asking one of the
difficulties.
fastest people. You're literally asking me. I talk fast. I'm a fast talker. Too slow down. I don't know. I don't know if I'm Unicum enough for this.
Oh no. Well,
as we can see, the lineup: 2 IS-7s, a Super Conk, 2 VZs and a CS for Burbology, while Team Flare has an IS-7 Super Conk, 2 VZs, a Batchat, and a CS. And so basically kind of similar lineups from the first game, except they dropped the IS-4 for a Super Conk.
And it looks like both of our boys are in the Super Conks. Isn't that interesting? Kenway and Dodo.
No, that's going to be an interesting fight that I never thought would actually happen in the history of tanks.
Battle of the generations.
True. New gen versus old gen.
External doing the southern 5-line spot. Very traditional one. It just kind of is there to make sure nothing cheeky happens.
Aiming unit and V-stab. Man got like, what, 511 view range or something? Well, probably close to 500 view range with that.
Dark Ninja in his
Dark
CS.
Running down trees. Not over poking, which is very odd of him.
Yeah.
The dark jokes
Look, that
so
proc
good.
game was not a poke. He went full in.
Ooh,
and it's an all-in push in the south.
So we saw a VZ clip and it did not connect. And now they have a VZ clip that it isn't doing 1,000 damage, which was really unfortunate for them. Supernova takes a shot while Major Pain takes a shot himself. They're going in for the push. December going wide here. Supernova looking to pick Onion. He does get both of his shots in on Onion. And the Onion's down to 1,300 HP while December takes the outside here looking to get shots on Bloop. They do have somebody in that bush rock back there. It looks like Dark is in the bush rock there. Bloop taking a shot from December. and Dark looking to keep Major back. He does get 2 shots into him, so he is doing some nice bleed on Major. He is not lit there, so Major has to blind fire. Looks like Nova is trying to bleed the Super Conk, but does not connect either shot. Probably bounces here. Kenway taking a shot in the side of his turret against Dodo. Looking to try to get shots in the Nexus. He's a little bit tall there, so it's kind of an awkward position, and looks like External is going to try to get some shots into Octo, and he's in the open here for him. So he's taking his time. Octo knows there's something up because he got lit, and where he got lit, he's under the ridge, so he knows he got lit from somebody else. Looks like External chooses to actually load heat in this scenario. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get this clip off.
It's just wanting to make sure he does some damage because he knows that CS already started flexing south, and he knows the second he starts firing that CS is going to be moving.
It looks like he's going to start this clip soon. He takes one, and he goes down. And it does not connect.
Ooh, it's unfortunate.
Does he get lit for that? He doesn't get lit.
He better get some damage.
He does another one, and it does not do damage.
And he knew that time he was going to be lit. Because he was not double bushed anymore.
What we've seen so far is Team Flare is really unlucky because Burbology is pushing into them, and they have constantly been just bouncing their shots and not connecting.
And then External lands one kind of half on the move, but gets connected in return. And
he gets another one in, and he's going to get the third one in, but it looks like Octo is literally just going to clip out Dodo, but Dodo might live because he actually low rolled his first shot. And here we go. Flare is getting aggressive. They're going on offense. They're looking to pick Nova here while they all are taking shots in return. It looks like Bloop is he's trying to call the kill, but he doesn't actually get the kill off, so he's looking to maybe either shoot Kenway or Muscles
really
here.
Well played by Nova.
It was really well played. It added a couple seconds to that. Make sure the boys can get some more shots off. December here, full HP, looking to actually needs to come up and start finishing off some one-shots. He's looking for Onion, but he's probably going to end up with Bloop. Yep, and Kenway is also looking. Kenway and Dark trade in that scenario. Now it's 2 one-shots. It looks like External is trying to come in. External has all the HP for Team Flare. It looks like there's 2 VZs and they're both one-shot. That's still 2,000 potential damage. But it looks like one goes down for free without getting the shots off. External looking to try to clip out Kenway here, but going out wide like that against 2 tanks with some really good DPM, it looks like he's going to get taken down here soon. Kenway is not going to die before he gets another shot off. And there he goes down. And it looks like Burbo, a clean sweep 4-0 against Team Flare, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that last round was the least close of all of them, and I think it came down to, like, the missed shots at the beginning. The not getting 1,000 damage out from the first VZ clip, and then external shots not connecting out. Either one of those isolated alone could be enough, but when it's both of those things happen in a 6-on-6, the math adds up against you really quickly, where you just kind of don't kill things in time and you just kind of go down.
Half that casting was me saying like Team Flare bouncing all their shots. It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was very unfortunate for them.
Those shots from external were, they should have penned. That wasn't like his fault on the shots he was taking.
And it wasn't even external too. It was like the fact that I think it was either Onion or Bloop. They had early bleed on that IS-7 and they just did not, you know what I mean? It was literally 1,000 damage, just they didn't get out. And then it made them, and the thing is like Burbo is not a bad team. That's not gonna like, now we're down, we're down to 6 teams. These teams are like, all these players are good enough to realize, and their comms are really good. I've heard the Bears comms before. Like they definitely called out that VZ is reloading. And therefore they were able to get aggressive there when they needed to.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually caught up to you at the end. It's felt like I did, but I'm not sure if the timer was still the same or not. We'll check in the second set of battles, but yeah, Prokhorovka 4, I still wouldn't say it was a 4-0 in traditional sense, but that last battle was definitely in Burbo, and I think those just this too many thousands of damage early that just didn't go out, and it
wasn't a 4-0,
but it was a 4-0.
Yeah,
I just mean it's I feel like I've seen like tiebreaker games that weren't this close.
Right. I understand. There were really
not to
close
discredit
battles.
Burbology, because also what you said, when they get that advantage at the beginning, they're not gonna throw that away. They're not gonna they're gonna play right. And Nova was playing really well with some like those little things. A lot of their players, every time Kenway, every time Nova, every time Muscles, they were doing these little things on dang near every single round to just get them a few inches here, a few
we go
there.
back to the clean feed. We can see that Muscles, like always now, I feel like it's become like a statistic in itself, like him doing so many fantasy points. But Kenway only 0.3 behind. My boy Kenway. And I think
Wow.
the biggest takeaway is the fact that Muscles got a lot of damage out, but Kenway was a finisher. He finished a lot of tanks.
Yeah.
Dodo showing everybody why Germ is a fan. Okay?
Yeah,
This is why Germ is a
276.
fan. This is why Germ is a fan of Dodo, because he literally did third highest fantasy for tonight and first for his team. And remember, this is a team that has Dark on it and Bloop. So that is very impressive considering that Bloop and Dark on the fantasy league page but they both have like over 30% pick rate or something like that. Insane. Like they're a very, very, very high statistically picked players. And then you have a new guy that comes in and boom, just boom. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, he is a guy that was a former MVP, like Germ said, and he just knows what he's doing. He's really comfortable in small format. I would go as far to say like probably I'd probably say out of all the older league players, he probably is one of the more comfortable, probably the most comfortable because I don't think he ever got really rusty because he's always played the game casually, right?
Yes.
He's always kept up with the game. You'll like randomly see him. Like I remember just like almost like, does Dodo still play? And people are like, yeah, Dodo still plays. And then you just like look him up and he's averaging like 4K DBG and a 60 TP or something like, you know what I mean? Like the new tank that's out for that patch. Like he's always been playing the game.
Playing campaigns and stuff too.
Yeah, campaigns. He's been on some teams and stuff for like tourney teams and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, now he's like, so I'm guessing what happened is like the first half here, he was kind of interested, just watching to see, because why not? And then he kind of was just like, oh, I have the time. I'm gonna join one of these teams, and he picked Team Flare, which is good for them. And at the end of the day, this isn't I don't know. Maybe
they still
Viral could
looked
explain.
better. They looked better today. Like this is, any single one of these days can go poorly for one team or not, but I think Flare is still a team to really watch out for. And also Burbology
I would say
showing
too.
with Nova too, and not just Nova, but the players that have been there just throwing up consistent performances day in, day out, like Muscles, like Kenway, like the Bear brothers, like everyone. And Major, like they had some bad outings last week and the week before that, but they're showing like, hey, that happened, moving on, down right back to business, and they're solid.
So who do we have up next, Germ, before we take our a 8-minute break here?
Yeah, we'll take about an 8-minute break. We have the Toma Tito's versus FHS. So I guess stick around, guys. We'll turn on some music and we'll be back here in a few.
Before you guys jump off,
sure.
Good news. Drops are enabled. It was a problem on Wargaming's end.
Aha!
So they're back.
Oh yes, and I see that they are enabled now. I'll type it into my Twitch chat so that people know. Sorry about that, guys. So perfect. So make sure to listen to the music. We'll be back in a few. So you get your drop timer going.
anything to play, huh? Don't worry, you have Paysafecard. Paysafecard is the best payment method for gamers. No credit card or bank account needed.
Hey Carlos, are you ready to get boosted?
Alrighty. I think we're back now,
Alrighty.
Smiley. Welcome back, everyone. That was Paysafecard. I'm Germ, joined by Smiley for match number 2 of day number 11 of the Major League for World of Tanks North America, sponsored by Paysafecard! PSC in the chat to get a link to them. You just saw their advertisement. They help us support events like this and give them some love. Please, so we can continue to do content like this because we really enjoy it.
And so who are we seeing up next?
Toma versus FHS. So another pair of teams that have had some changes. You want to go into some of those that have happened most recently?
Yeah, give me a second here. I'm actually putting their icons up. I didn't get to do it.
Double checking that mine are up. Oh, yep, they are good. Perfect.
Yeah. And so these are the predictions also. I'm just joking. That's not that was from just like the last ones we've seen. Let's see here, put it back to 0. And so Toma did not have any roster. And if I remember right off the top of my head, FHS picked up Demonic from Cadjam. And that's it, right?
I think that was it. I think that was it.
And so I mean, to be honest with you guys, I'm not trying to dog my boy Demonic or nothing. Like I like talk to the guy almost, I feel like feels like every day. But I don't think he's a starter. You know what I mean? I think he's just there as somebody that can like show up to scrim. You know, which is like just as important. Like Germ can attest to that. I feel like it's like literally just as important. You know, because you need sometimes they're, you know, because you know they all have lives at the end of the day, and sometimes a roster of, you know, what are their rosters, like 10, right, or 8? It's 8.
I believe it's 8. It's
right.
The maximum.
And
7,
so sometimes
7's the minimum.
you know, and so sometimes you know the people can't show, right, and they're busy, and like here's the thing, here's a perfect example. Say like you have Bloop on your team, right? Bloop can't actually play every day. So are you just going to take him off your team, Germ? Or are you going to let him play the days he can play?
Let him play the days he can play because I like winning.
Exactly. And, you know, and so that's that. I feel like that's what FHS's take is, you know? They're like, well, if we can get enough to actually have scrims consistently, or maybe Demonic is a player, and maybe they felt like he can mesh well with the team. I just think that if you look at their roster currently, I couldn't see him replacing anybody on the main roster.
I think I could agree with. I agree. And FHS has had their couple changes with adding people like Knight already.
Like Knight, yeah.
And like you said, even having someone on the bench that, sometimes someone's lagging, real life, something. It could even just be like, we can't do a practice this day because someone can't make it. Like, we need someone that's capable to fill in and someone that we're confident in.
I know Knight's really busy with like college and a couple of the other guys' work. So I think what it comes down to is like he's filling the scrims. And the thing is, if one of the bench players is filling a scrim, if 5 of the main guys on the main roster are still playing, that's still really good. You know, that's still practice. That's still that's over 80% of your team still consistently practicing and getting better. You know, so that's the only thing I could think of. And as we actually go to the clean feed, we can see the standings currently.
The current table. You can see it's not quite completely updated. So Catjam and Angry Apes have been eliminated, for those curious. So it is just the top 6 teams remaining. And Burbology, you can see there, has 18 points, even though, you know, it just hasn't been adjusted completely yet. And Jack is AFK was playing, I believe, right now on one of the other streams. If they are still playing, I assume they are.
They might be.
We'll see how their match against...
I don't know. It's against No Hard Feelings. They might have 4-0 just like Burbo did.
Could have. They could have.
I feel like in the current state of No Hard Feelings, I feel like it would almost be... I would be really surprised.
Yeah.
If it was
No Hard
close.
Feelings, like we have the big 5 right now. That's Jaggers, AFK, Burb, Flare, FHS, Tomatoes. No Hard
Daka
Feelings has
AFK
a
won 4-0 versus NHF. Just finished. So we
yeah.
just got an update, like right as I said that.
Perfect. And an update that I think we both were anticipating. No Hard Feelings is going to have a hard time kind of competing with some of these teams, and they're already behind the eight ball. They lost people like Nova. They lost what's his face also earlier in the season. And
they're going to be
rough spot.
I think they're here to be a game upsetter at this point, which is there's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
You know, they're going to be the team that like makes people mad because like they're like, why did they play so hard? Because that team should have went to the Super Bowl. They would have won, you know, against that other team.
They're gonna have to
you
play
know, stuff like
really, really hard to beat these teams, though. I think like they're gonna have
well,
to play
here's
really
the thing.
hard.
I think here's the thing. No Hard Feelings. You know, especially with the 2 pickups. I feel like there's some teams that, I mean, let's be honest here. FHS, Team Flare, and Tomatitos have all gotten 4-0'd in scenarios where we did not think that was gonna happen.
True.
Right?
And it could happen where they have an off day against No Hard Feelings and No Hard Feelings taking points. It's
exactly. And that's all
rough.
it takes. If they get some of these teams, because here's the thing, this is getting serious, chat. Every loss is actually scary now. Because if you're not top 4 at the end of this, you're bye-bye. You're bye-bye. And that's going bye-bye in this scenario is not good. It's not good at all. So
it's people going home empty-handed, or well, maybe not empty-handed, but mostly empty-handed.
It's okay. You know what? This is actually because it is October, so this is a perfect way to explain it. It's going trick or treating, but you don't get to stay past midnight, which is like, come on, we want to hit one more neighborhood. You know what I mean, Jerm? Just one more neighborhood. Like you don't get all the candy. So your boy got a whole king size pillow, right? Filled, and you only got a little pumpkin because you were only allowed to be out
Of
till
candy
10.
corn.
Or candy corn. Yeah. And like small, he got king size bars and stuff, you know? There's actually do you have any fondness of like Halloween and stuff? Because my father was like really into Halloween.
I'm not super into it, but I don't dislike
as a
it.
kid, I mean, I don't do it anymore.
As a kid,
you know,
are you
maybe like a
kidding?
Halloween party.
There's no better
like
holiday.
as a kid, like as a kid, it was insane, right? And like I just remember my father would always drive me to like the nicest parts of Washington. You know what I mean? Like he would actively drive me
get the
like
good candy
with like, dude, yeah, like he was so cool when it came to Halloween because he would drive me like he'd drive 20-30 miles sometimes just to get those really ritzy neighborhoods.
Oh, my parents didn't drive me. I was just sent off into the night alone with my friends.
Oh no!
But I always came back with a big haul.
Right, and then other times, I mean, it wasn't like every Halloween I did that. Almost at Christmas. That's
we're going into tank picks here, but real quick, Himmelsdorf, Sand River, Murrow, so that people know what the maps that were picked.
Sand River, Murrow.
Before we go into this, what do you think, Smiley? Predictions here.
I think this is going to be a better match than the first one, and I'm not.
Really?
Well, I mean, yeah, because this is kind of yes.
The first one was a really good 4-0. Like 4-0s usually are not particularly entertaining to watch.
Insane 4-0.
But that was a great 4-0 to watch.
I'm just saying because Tomatitos like actually need to win.
Yeah.
They need to win against FHS. They need to win against Jack. They need to win against Team Flare. They need to win against one of these 4 teams because they need to get in the top 4. And they're currently 5th. That's why I'm saying this is going to be. That's why I'm saying because like one of these, because the 2 teams we just watched, they're in the top 3, and obviously it does hurt a little bit for Team Flare, but Tomatitos is like really, the taco is cold, and the fedora is not leaning the right way. You know what I mean? So they got to get it straightened out.
Maybe they have to ditch the fedora.
Maybe
it's too drastic. But starting on Himmelsdorf here, the tried and true map that we did not see in the previous round.
Correct.
But we tend to see most days, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. And Tomatitos, we've seen them play Himmels, and we have not seen them win a lot of Himmel.
No, they've played. Some of these teams have played Himmelsdorf very consistently well and not necessarily changing their strategies radically. And then we've seen people do some kind of dumb things, especially on the defense, where they do the aggressive defense, which is fine, but then they kind of go too far up that 8 line with courtyard plays and stuff.
Most people would say Jack is AFK is probably the most consistent on Himmels, but we did have FHS like have an upset against them, right? Where they countered. Well, not countered. I would just say they just, they just picked the E3.
Yeah.
I think it was an E3, right?
Oh, just to double check timers, I'm at 7:45, 44, 43. Are you still ahead?
I am still ahead of you.
Okay.
You might want to just close it, reopen it, maybe.
Yeah, I'll try that again. Yeah, I keep trying to see if I can get it to maybe be a bit better.
And so it looks like Toma is going straight down the K line, sending 2 113s up the 4, and the 60 TP slowly trailing behind. Serve got lit crossing there. He's looking to get a shot. He gets a shot into Ober. They trade, but he gets 2 taken in return. Bastion looking for some shots here also on the 50B, but he backs off. He actually shoots one, and he's probably going to force here soon.
So some aggressive K-line play.
Shots.
Yeah, they got their 277 across. It's pretty much, I mean, let's be realistic. FHS defense, though, you talked about them picking it.
E3 getting a shot out on Sheep. And he's looking for a 50B shot. He does not connect. There, look at these 113s are taking courtyard while Vova and Knight come to counter it. Flounder getting really aggro, looking for a booty shot on Fluky. He has to be really careful here. The VZs are looking to pick the IS-7. Wait,
yeah, are they the same time that the D-line play happened, the VZs pushed up to counter the IS-7s.
Goes down almost instantaneously. Flounder getting bled here by both of the 113s. Kind of out of position here in a way, as these VZs might reload soon. It looks like Flounder is going to go down. He gets a shot off before he goes down though here, but it looks like he's definitely going down. And these VZs are now going into the 2 line, crossing over. Nope, they're just gonna go up 3. Looks like that would probably be the play.
FHS got very antsy there. We've seen that defense where, except they don't put the I7 at G3 from Jakazek, but they got a little antsy and made a play, and then the VZs from Tomatitos were in the perfect spot to pick that IS-7.
Looks like Hector is looking to try to get 2 shots off on Chase.
Chase can be the difference maker here. He's completely isolated and caught alone, but no one can really go for him except the 60 TP.
And it looks like they're getting ready to push. I don't know if they're gonna wait for the 60 TP. I mean, he has all of the HP on there. He has 2K of the HP, which is basically the difference. Oh my God! They don't know where the IS-4 is. Hector's gonna get shot in the butt for free, and he goes down because he got shot in front.
Oh no! And the 60 TP was going south.
And the 60 TP is getting shot now in return, and it looks like a really clean maybe win here is kind of turning into potentially a loss.
They had to ignore that IS-4. They had to just make a judgment call and get the 60 TP up there as quickly as they could.
Yeah, I think that the 60 TP should have just went. I feel like he should have just went courtyard, because he could have played with Fluky and
just go up the 4 line. And
he could have went wide,
or he could have gone 3 line. He could have gone 3 line actually.
True, he could have gone 3 line. I mean, he could have gone 3 line and just crossed, and then actually helped Hector with that. That would have probably been the play, because he could have sub 50. Hector could have hit him for 490. But it looks like FHS is going to pick this one up.
I don't think that defense went exactly how they kind of saw it going in their brain, because that
they
E3
won,
got
and that's
picked.
all that matters.
They did win. I just think they'll kind of say, we maybe had a slight wrong reaction to some of the play. Like, I think we dumped too many tanks on the D line, and then
Hector was playing against the IS-4, and it looks like he just got called to turn around and help with the push. That's what it looked like to me, because he was side scraping. He started the cap, and he was looking towards the IS-4, and then all of a sudden he turned around and he tried to get shots on like the 50B and all the boys on the corner. And to me, what it looked like is just like, it was just a call. Because I feel like...
And the 277 down there, just was it Serve? Who was it in the 277 that got picked?
It was Serve.
Yeah, he got picked by the IS-4. Now, I mean, I don't know exactly how that all went down. Serve had maybe taken some damage from some other guns, or maybe got ammo racked or something to DPM.
He got shot. So early game, he got shot by the 50B. He was trading with the 50B, but he got 2 for 1. The 50B had a better trade.
And that just made enough of an HP difference. And
Yeah, because he lost like 780 early game before they pushed in the courtyard and things started popping off.
that E3 play into the courtyard, I mean, he still got out. Founder still got out more than 2k damage. I just think when they look at it again, they'll say, did we have to do that? Or did we have to do like the D line? I'm not completely sold on. Again, it worked out, but I think that they have a couple tweaks to make to that to be consistent, because it didn't feel like they were in firm control of that game, most of it.
Right.
And they had to kind of capitalize on some mistakes from FHS, or from Tomatitos. But they did.
No,
They
I
did.
think
Chase played really well out there too. If Chase did not play well, like, they lose.
Chase really played well, and he picked up 3 kills. But it kind of makes sense. Like, Chase kind of, I feel like FHS is comfortable on Himmels, and one of the reasons being is like, even if Chase wasn't comfortable on Himmels, I know for a fact Knight is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and so even if Chase wasn't, but I mean, we've seen FHS play Himmels before, and I would put them in the top 3 for most consistent on Himmels gameplay on these teams.
Yeah, I'd say so too. And it was weird because they had some of the pieces of the Jack as AFK defense, but like then they had like slight difference. But
they had more of a flexible. They didn't really. And they also, when I feel like when we see Jack as AFK, they don't push out and like, when the courtyard move. I think that's because they haven't had an opportunity yet. But last time we saw them get their courtyard taken away, it didn't really go well for them, right? But they played that really well, FHS. And going forward, we actually didn't talk about prediction. What do you think?
I think FHS wins, but I would say 4-2. 4-2 maybe being generous. I don't know. FHS has been playing really well lately, where they could 4-1. But I think it's FHS has to win this, right? They have to be the favorite. What do you think?
I think FHS, but I want Toma to win just because they're my boys.
Yeah.
Well, actually, only one of them is. Well, I would like more than one, but that's the funny part.
One of them was my boy.
No, they are. No, well, to be honest with you, it's actually this one's actually the hardest one. I literally talked to Flounder, like, I feel like, Vova says he tells me he constantly threatens me and says like if I talk bad about him, like he's just gonna come for me, and he has his passport and everything. Yeah, it's very scary. I have a hard time sleeping at night.
Looking at these tanks though, it's double 60 TP on Tomatitos. I don't know if we've seen double 60 TP on defense, that's for sure. We've seen a token one be brought on both sides for sure, but I just don't. Maybe we saw it on double on attack before. I think.
Right.
It has a lot of HP. It's a weird. It's not a weird tank. It's just an odd tank in some of the like. It's got the gun depression. It's got the armor. It's got the HP, and it's got a good alpha.
But the thing is, though, if we were to talk about the best team when it comes to 60 TP gameplay, it probably would be Tomatitos. Remember with Bastion on Ghost Town and stuff like that? It was insane.
And he's in the mouse now. And he's had some monster games in the mouse too.
And even like Luxon has also been really solid. But now with the addition of Dodoma on Team Flare, we're going to see some more really good 60 TP. Because it's kind of funny how I mentioned Dodoma playing a 60 TP, and then he actually played one.
And then he played it.
That on Tundra? Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And you mentioned Luxon. Luxon's been kind of quietly playing really consistently well all season long.
All season.
And it hasn't been like necessarily like the biggest flashy plays, but he's always putting out numbers. He's rarely the person that does one shot of damage or no damage. He pens his shots, he does his job, and it is kind of like a backbone of Tomatitos. And Tomatitos don't really have weak links when you look at their roster. Just got to get the results that they need, and can see some tanks 50B flexing back to the hill, 277 cutting courtyard with the E100 for FHS. Vova juking some blinds, just kind of chilling, relaxing. VZ's flexing 8 line. It's going to be a 2-cap play by the looks of it, with 6 minutes remaining. As Chase arrives at B0, have an E3 duel. But now with the HE changes, I mean, how much HE damage are these guys going to be able to do to each other
I think
nowadays?
you caught up. 547, 5456, 545.
I am 2 seconds behind.
Oh, that's not that bad. That's like
Yeah, I'm at 5, 4, 3, 2. It's just a couple seconds. It's weird. Just some nights it does this, guys, and some nights it doesn't.
wait, are you ahead of me now? What?
Am I 5, 3, 1, 0?
Oh no.
29.
I'm bad at numbers, letters, anything.
Well, we've been counting and
Speaking-
talking about colors and shapes. We have 3 tanks on this 5 line ready to push up. They know that there's something there, and they're ready to pick it. If they're saying if there's something at A5 or sorry A6 or B6, they're going to pick it, and they're
Look
just
at
going to
this.
echelon and just do a
Bye-bye,
blappening.
Hector. Oh no! Look at this counter though. Sheep instantly goes in. Oh my God, they're not letting Hector get picked. Oh my! Look at this counter push. They don't know what's going on.
Bunch of super heavies too. The mouse is there, 50B is there, and they're all caught. The pickers have become the pickies.
Oh my God! Yeah, Fishy's gonna. I thought Fishy was gonna get taken down first again, but it actually goes to Hector. While Flounder
Burns
is low
to-
HP,
oh.
it looks like Sebastian. They pick 1 for 2.
And now what can FHS do? They're in an awful
There's
spot.
some-
Tomatitos are surrounded a little bit on this 5 line, but that's fine. They have all this beef there, and they're just picking
And
a
it looks
direction.
like Knight is trying to run away from Luxon, but Fluky will not let him get away, and he gets taken down too. They are all on the 5 line, but the thing is, it doesn't matter because it's a 3v5 now.
Really smart play by Tomatitos to they had their initials, and then they started to flex back when they're like, okay, they're not playing 2 line. Let's just make sure we're ready and stacked up B4-5 and ready to go, because the only way that we lose this, I think it happened
God, Hec-
really
I
the
can't believe
second
Hector
B0
hit-
started.
Sorry, I can't believe Luxon hit that on the move. That was insane, dude.
Did some
This
people
one like 35, just casually clapping 50 Bs.
built different, man. I've never hit
Like
anything on the
Vova
move in
playing
that tank.
really badly here. One of the worst players in the league. No, I love you, Vova. Don't hurt me. But Vova getting his clip out on Luxon, here doing the best he can with his teammates being the way they are. Right, Vova? Did I do good? No, I like these. To be honest, these 2 teams, I have like. I love these guys. They're especially, I love making. I just really love the fact that Knight is on a team now, because like not only can I make fun of his calling, but I can make fun of his gameplay, right? Because you can never make fun of a caller's gameplay. He's calling, right? But now I can make
I
fun
was a
of
caller
his-
and I was made fun of for my gameplay on a daily basis. So
That-
I don't know that
that-
rule.
That's unfortunate. What clan was that in?
All of them.
Also, by the way, remember when you were like, "Oh, you're an otter," like you're an aster. You know that, right?
Am I still? I think I am.
Yeah.
I was an otter
You're
too.
an aster.
Esther's dead, I think. Is it dead? Is it not dead?
No. Actually, Cat Jam, like all of Cat Jam is in that clan.
Oh,
That was like your team.
nice. Come on. Looking at the post-game stats, Tomatitos, I mean, it was a good play by FHS. It was a sound concept, but Tomatitos were ready for it. They were super ready, and they brought just the beefiest, heaviest tanks with the 50B. You can see Fluky doing 3,400 damage and 2 kills.
Yep.
They were just ready. That E3, was it Sheep? Yeah, it had to be Sheep. Just rounding that corner, ready to go. They were ready to go for that, and it just all fell apart from there. Not
They
necessarily bad by
literally
FHS, but really good by Tomatitos.
They literally used Hector as bait. I mean, he was 100% bait in that scenario. And it was almost like, I don't know if FHS does that consistently. It almost felt like a hard counter, but I don't remember FHS playing like that. I mean, the hill thing is always.
I think it
been
was a
pretty
bit. They knew
standard.
that there would be an eyes for you at the church or at that position, and they were trying to pick it. And
Right.
it's not that unusual to go for that play. And Tomatitos
I hope they keep
would have
on.
needed
I hope they keep
eyes
on
out to
trading
see it.
blows, because
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. Because it would show that Toma. Here's the thing. When it comes to Himmelsdorf, I've always thought of Toma as a team that has always been almost there. if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've always seen them just remember when they tried to do like a weird like one line push? They were like remember like early on in the league, they literally just tried to drive that in 2-line. You remember that?
It didn't
And
work.
it was like no. But but the funniest part is like they put people on cap and it actually like almost worked. You know what I mean? But it was just kind of weird. It was like, well, actually, if you guys did that a little bit cleaner, and it's just going into the next round with tank picks, it's just always I've always because the thing is, if you're good on Ghost Town,
right?
If you're good on Ghost Town, you should be good on Himmel.
You're right. You're
That's
right.
what I felt
And
like.
very few teams are good on Ghost Town, and I mean that's what's so odd. And Tomatito's just kind of blew us away, like multiple match days where they just looked like a completely different team on Ghost Town.
Also, we talk about how FHS is more likely to win than Tomatitos, but actually, now that I think about it, the last time these two teams faced off, it was actually Toma that won. Because FHS played them on Ghost Town. Remember Stat Paddington Bear, Ober, and Volva Poke?
They didn't they didn't make that mistake this time. Yeah, that Ghost Town was a travesty. It was a dumpster fire. I think it was. I don't know if Toma's played it against
Toma. It had to have been Burbology, but I don't think it was Burbology because I'm pretty sure I remember FHS and Burbology playing on Cliff, right? It was like Cliff and Himmels or something like that.
Could be.
I don't know. They all
Kenway plays Cliff a lot, I think. They play, yeah, they definitely do play Cliff a lot. Burbology, I mean. Well, going into Proc here. Map number 2, type 1-1. Could be a match that goes the distance. You can see the tanks here. FHS bringing the 113, a T100. Double VZ, IS7, CS, and yeah, a T100 played by Luxon for Tomatitos. Double IS7, Super Conk, double VZ. The light tank duel.
You know what I just realized? We don't see a lot of Cliff, and like it's actually kind of insane that Cliff is actually rarer to see than Steps.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that has to do with like the order in which they're picked.
Proc is pretty rare too.
I feel like Cliff is the third map for some of these teams, and then teams like get 4-0'd or something is the only thing I can think of. Because some of the teams like Jack is AFK and stuff, they never shy away from Cliff. Luxon here going up, and he will meet Chase. Who's going to get the better of it? Luxon takes damage. Chase
Luxon
does not.
Does not get the better of it.
Chase does take a little.
Take damage. Yeah.
It's okay. One shot
He's
up.
down to 759, and the
everyone's across the rails.
356.
And look at B6, that IS7 staying in the bushes. We talked about that before, where a tank, if those VZs and IS7s had been playing 6-line, and they saw that IS7 out in the open, they would have just simply stood up and killed it. That's them playing the smart initial of, okay, I don't have to be up.
Look at this. They are going in. This is not a slow play. You can't just sit here and not go in. They're 100%.
Is Fluky going to be able to get to the dip before they get there? We'll see here in just a moment.
No, it looks like he's not. He takes a hit. They are going to press the W key, and I don't know what is going on. I don't think that this is the right call, but we will see.
It's fine. Just Toma needs to miss their shots.
Up in order. Vova
gets
both of his shots off, and he is most likely going to go down to Sheep. Sheep is probably going to pick him, and Sheep does pick him. Now they are going to pick Fluky here. Ober taking his time, making sure he gets both shots off. Ober probably going to be the next person focused. It looks like Chase is going to come up here and pick Fluky. Fluky does get down. Ober goes down next. Sheep taking another gun out of the game, and it looks like Fishy and Knight are going to start focusing on Hector. Sheep is finally getting pushed back here by Flounder in the CS. Flounder taking some hits, I'm guessing, when they did the initial, and Hector is in a pretty comfy spot here. He has 3 seconds before he's loaded. He is going to try to look to pick Chase, and he looks like he does pick Chase. And so I don't know what this strat was. I don't know if I don't know what they were trying to accomplish here, because
they were disjointed on that push too.
Well, it wasn't even
the
disjointment. It was the fact that in this league, more teams are. I mean, it's so statistically. I mean, what is it like? Probably like an 80% chance that the enemy team on defense hops over the rails.
Yeah, it's high.
It's
and
really
both
high.
Were pretty heavy, but they each had a T100. It was a little. I don't want to say unorthodox. It's not unusual, but it's for both teams to bring a light tank and then for both teams to have such a heavy lineup to go for kind of an all-in-y strat for well, mostly for FHS feels uncharacteristic.
I'm trying to think of a team that played like 1-2 or like the only time I've ever seen teams not play the rails is when they played mid. Like remember we've seen some teams like just straight hard mid.
Yeah. Yeah, like they could have been hoping, oh, maybe they're playing like 6-line with a bunch of those heavies when they did their initial run. But once they had committed to being over there, I mean, for them to flex back, maybe they don't really have a play for the other line because they would have an IS-7 they'd have to contend with that's going to be dealing with that cap. They don't really have something to pen it down unless they commit. But I think it's just they felt like on proc attack they had to do something like that and just hope that they miss. But Toma Tito's did not miss. They didn't miss at all.
Toma was literally set up for that.
Yeah. The only tank out of the fight was the IS-7.
And the thing is, like,
and he wasn't far out of the fight.
The T100 would get vision on that, wouldn't he? Like, if the Super Kong was trying to play mid, like 6-line? So I don't know why they called it like that.
If they stayed dark in the back before committing up into the water, they wouldn't be spotted, but I don't know if... I really don't know if Chase was able to see much.
Right. I don't know if because they both kind of countered each other in the middle, but what I'm basically saying is like, I don't know if Chase, like maybe Chase called that because he thought that there was heavies in the 6-line that he didn't light. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Oh, when he did I see what you're saying.
When he did the middle run.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reason why, because that's the only reason why he would, go so aggressive in the beginning, right? Like maybe he'd like, I've had it happen. Have you ever had this happen to you before where you thought you saw a tree fall down? You know what I mean? And then you had like this kind of match, you're like, tree fell down over there. And they're like, what are you on? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm on what you're on.
And you may be right. It may have been one of those things where they say, look, we know that there's something, but we're just making a gamble that we don't think that all of them are here. We think it's maybe just the IS-7 going hill with like 1 or 2 tanks.
He definitely got shot.
Not
I don't know who he got shot by. I don't know if he got shot by an IS-7 or something. Like maybe Chase, because he didn't take that much bleed, maybe he thought there wasn't that much there.
He went down to half health. He got shot twice.
Yeah.
So it had to have been probably what, IS-7 and Super Conqueror that hit him, or a VZ? I'm not sure.
It was a weird game to see from FHS because I don't know if we've ever seen them go that hard with that they didn't have any vision to do that.
And I don't remember Toma Tito's proc games. Like, have Toma Tito's been playing their proc on that side of the rails, or have they been playing more 6-line or more central? Because if they haven't been, like you said, a lot of teams have been doing that defense or something like it. But have Toma Tito's been doing it? Because we've said FHS sometimes likes to kind of watch the replays and see their tendencies.
I can't even remember the last time we've seen Toma Tito's on proc.
I can't either.
Like, that's actually a really good... When I think of proc, I can remember FHS more than Toma Tito's.
I can only see Flair's ninja going over the hill in the CS. That's all. That's all I can think of whenever someone says proc. Now, that's all
when he goes over the hill against the two
double
stirps. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm just like. It was only what, a week and a half ago now, or a week ago, but it feels like it was just yesterday.
He almost picked one, man. You know what he should have did? He should have kept on going and just pushed one off the cliff. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would have been worth it. That would have been like something you would have done too, huh? Like, you would have committed. I know you would have pushed one off the cliff.
Absolutely.
It would have been worth it too.
Absolutely.
It would have been actually worth it. The content would have been like so high for that.
That's the thing, though. People in World Tanks don't like fun. They always track you. That's why, like, I don't play the E50M. Like, it's,
True.
My strategy in the E50M on proc is always like, it doesn't matter which side I'm on. I'm going to the highest possible elevation. I have the dumbest crew loadout and module loadout purely for ramming, and I just try to go downhill. Then nowadays it's like even if you get the sweet thing, it's like you ram something for 500 and then that's it.
I have not played the E50M since Field Mods, but now that you mention it, it must be insane the ramming you can accomplish with like
turbo and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of curious about. I'm not saying that it's going to be good. I'm just saying it.
I mean, the E50M was never bad. It actually is good. Like,
you could have a lot of HP with the hardening as well. I mean, I guess you don't get the improved HP with it being a medium tank, or I guess you couldn't you?
I don't know what it's classified as. Chase doing a great scouting run, getting no vision at all, and at 48 HP. No, I'm joking. He got all the vision. He lit them all, right? I think.
I hope so. I mean, they were all in the middle. Like, the problem
Yeah.
is, like, okay, so now you know they're on. Like, was it worth it? I mean, at least he's alive. But I don't know. When that type of thing happens, it's okay, things went badly, or I made a mistake. If I'm playing the scout tank, it's just maybe it wasn't worth it because
So
he could have
Toma
died.
doing a really aggressive 2-line here. They're going to put an IS-7 on cap from the looks of it, while Luxon does a little cheeky.
There's no
bush
resetter
play.
except that VZ, which is not
Correct.
the best resetter.
But
They
a
have a
VZ is
leopard
better
to
than-
snipe it too.
But a VZ is better than a honey badger. Or sorry, a badger.
Yeah, wet paper towel is better
I
than
meant to say
badger.
the tank name. I meant to say the tank
The
name
tank name,
instead
but
of the
you just
guy.
you just combined it, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, like I ended up saying like honey in a badger. Unfortunate. But yeah, it's definitely a VZ is definitely better than a badger in that scenario.
The Shield
And
have
so it
trouble getting the
looks like-
resets, but they're so mobile, FHS.
I'm always curious if Toma was like banning this map because they didn't want everybody else to see how good they play it.
Could be. And even then, like, sometimes they played, and look at
The
Fishy
long-
getting that
the long
reset. My god, he got the side turret
Dude,
shot.
some
Someone's
teams,
facing the
some
wrong
teams
way.
have played the long game, and it actually has worked out. Psychological warfare does work really well in tank, believe it or not.
And even if they, like, hadn't played it much recently, we're just kind of going off our gut feeling here. What they
Right.
did the first week of the season is not necessarily true of what they're going to do.
I mean, it wasn't really.
now.
I mean, it wasn't really that impressive of a defense. To be honest with you guys, like it's not like, oh, like Toma's like one of the best proc teams in the league now. It's like, no, it's not that. I mean, they literally just received a push
Mhm.
really well. Oh, and rip, I'm going to be behind you now with.
Oh, probably not. I'm at 504, 3, 2. We're getting back on the cap again,
Okay,
sir.
there we go. I'm sorry, had to. Mine just started just.
Did a little stutter?
Yeah, I did a little stutter, just refreshed here. But now we are back, and they are.
What is your
capping. They're at a-
timer at? I'm at
445.
Oh, I think we're pretty much.
4-3,
Yeah, we're at the
4-2,
exact same spot.
4-1.
Okay, yeah, you got hamstrung. Yeah, we're perfectly in sync.
Okay, well, anyways, now I am not ahead of Germ, so this is unfortunate. But anyways, it looks like the IS-7 is still on cap. They did reset him a couple times here because he does have 1730 HP. They have split the map in half. Luxon is still down south,
Sheep
trying to get
crosses.
some vision here.
Takes
Sheep
a
does
hit,
cross.
but it doesn't connect, and actually
does
Over
connect.
takes some. Well, connects but doesn't do damage. But Over takes a
Flounder
shot
gets
for
shot
it.
here twice, maybe? I think. We
Sheep
saw the
going for-
second shot go
Ooh.
past, but we did not see it. Looks like Sheep just going straight over and just blasting. Oh my gosh, Fluky, where's your HP?
Goodbye,
Holy
Fishy.
smokes.
Yeah, it was a big. They took a lot of damage for it, but it was all said. It's kind of worth the chase this live in the south, but he's been
It
a
does.
one shot the whole game, and
And I
now they
think
have
if they
prime
put
position.
Fluke, they're gonna put
someone has
two
to
on
cross.
cap.
Yes, someone has to cross and get the resets. Fluky's still alive, even though he's a one shot. It doesn't matter. He just
They
needs to be
cannot
on
push
the
somebody
cap.
across. Like, it's gonna end up probably being like Vova or something. Like the bat.
Yeah, and even then, that's not enough because there's 3.5 minutes remaining, and we've got
Yeah,
about
and
40
they don't have a
seconds on the
super
cap.
conk.
There's
They can
not
do
enough
some,
time.
Like, HG.
Or there's too much time. So they have to make like a decisive push here. They have to pick Sheep, and they have to get
what's
something
Sheep
across.
doing?
He's.
Wait, Sheep's throwing. What the heck?
I'm a little confused. He's made it a lot easier for them to get some of those shots
Get
into
some
him.
shots off, yeah. Even people wide get shots off. Why did he do that? He
Flounder goes
was
down
definitely
to
lit while
Fluky.
doing it. Wow, they're just through. That was a throw. I'm sorry. I don't normally say that
10
in the league,
seconds on
but
cap,
that was like
but
100% a throw.
Bova has one
He's
shot
gonna get the
remaining.
reset.
He does get it on the IS-7, but he goes down to 149 HP. He will go down here in a moment,
maybe
most likely.
she didn't throw. Holy
No,
crap!
it was,
that
it's been
close.
over since they picked the other tank and Chase was down to one. Like they didn't
True.
to make this crossing over the rails. They have to take so much additional
If-
punishment.
If if they had like one more tick alive though, and he did that, that would have been such a throw. I think he lagged out. Let's call it FHS hoping they call it DC. You know, because they're losing it. They're losing it.
Luxon getting shot there, but doesn't matter.
I
Getting shot
wonder
by
if
tanks that have to get the
Tacos
resets. And
is
Tomatito's
FHS's weakness.
3-1, maybe. Tomatito's, I mean, they played that properly. They got the initial. Well, the initial intel was their intel by elimination, which was T100 is doing the
Right.
scout loops, and we're not finding anything middle. Nothing's suppressing us, so we
Oof.
think they're east, and
I think that
they went
instead
north
of Chase,
fast.
right? I think instead of Chase and a T100, they should have had Knight and a Mana Core. I think it would have went a lot different.
Maybe. Hey, the Mana Core
There
can do
was
some cheeky stuff, though, right? He can just like
No, I know. He would have
he
been
can
like,
just sit
I
in the
just couldn't
open
ima-
and
Well, the
give
thing is,
some
like, I
eyes.
know Knight enough to say that because, like, Knight's like one of the guys who would be like, well, if we would have brought a Mana Core, well, he could have passively lit the entire team. I'm actually taking damage. You know what I mean? And stuff like that.
It could have. It could have. Yeah. But if, you know what? Hey, you could have brought a 268 version 4 as well.
right.
Knight loves those too.
I
Maybe
don't know
not
if
as
he loves
much
those
anymore. Not
Yeah.
as much anymore. They have fallen out of favor for obvious reasons of, you know, there are stronger tanks, and especially in this format. But we've seen it actually brought once or twice in the league. You can see the post-game stats: Fluky 2K, Sebastian 2K, Hector 2K, Sheep 2K.
I'm not
4
kind of
players with
memeing.
2K or higher.
Has anybody tried the AMX M454 for resets on that cap? Because it's a pretty tall tank and it doesn't get good gun depression. I'm wondering.
I'm pretty sure it's too tall.
It's like too tall, you think? Well, I know it can get pinned
Yeah.
in the mantlet.
Some of
With,
the
like-
issues become getting shot near that rock
I'm just saying,
by other
the
tanks.
AMX M454 is better than a bad.
I mean, I guess you
least
could
it-
try. I feel like even back in the day, when did that come? Because I feel like we tried that even way back in the day.
So what the only thing I could tell what Sheep was doing there is like he wasn't like he was trying to get like hold down, I think, and they just like came over. They just used as a to come over, or he was baiting them. I don't know.
Yeah, it just they had a VZ
But I
there,
think
but they didn't have
staying-
enough
but I think-
punish on that line. Like they didn't have enough staying
Right.
power with strong enough turrets
But
on
to
the
be honest
F line
with you,
and
like-
the A line to just be able to punish the push coming in, and they didn't have
But,
a
like
counter push ready.
hugging the red line would have been way better play. I feel like, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Well, 3-1,
But it's whatever, they
Tomatitos
still-
guaranteeing
they
a
still
result.
won. Yep.
As we go to match point on Sand River. We haven't seen Sand River tonight.
Ooh. We have not.
And we
When
got
I think
T100
of Sand
again
River,
from
what
FHS.
team do you think of?
I think of think of
I think of
Kenway
Team
in the
Flare.
Kronwagen. Yeah, I think of Flare
Mhm.
as well.
Right. Like
I
Flare
think of
and
Jackus
Burbo.
AFK when who was it in the Kron that didn't have the elevation? I think it was Wally.
Those
That
Wally.
one game.
Yeah.
And I remember the Ude. Who brought the Udes?
It was actually FHS. They brought the
Yeah, and it like
This
didn't
was
work, but
Ober.
they won anyway.
Ober like literally got completely and utterly owned on that. On
And
that
then they
rock
barely
there.
won, and it's like plan worked perfectly.
Right. Are you sure they won? I feel like they lost. Didn't he bleed a lot?
He bled a lot, but I think they ended up winning somehow. Totally not
'Cause
because
around-
of that. Like
I think it's because of Sand River defense. It's hard to win Sand River
it
defense.
is. It is. I think
It's
I
hard
could
to
be
win.
misremembering.
It's hard to. It's hard. It's so hard to win Sand River defense. When I say how to counter a Sand River defense, people from EU are like, "No, Smiley, that's impossible. That's not how you count." Like, you know what I mean?
Or they say something smug like, "Well, against NA teams it's easy, but against like competent teams it's not." Like that's your smug EU, you know. But I'm just saying. But
I didn't say they were smug. You said they were smug. I was just saying the EU boys just like randomly come out of nowhere and just start going like, actually.
Well, these I'm trying to remember because FHS have actually had some very good games on Sand River. Now that I
They have.
recall, like they've played it smart, and there's been times where they have not actually won the rounds where I was still like impressed by their positioning and their play. It just kind of didn't work out. I think they're certainly comfortable on it.
I think Bears are the most known when it comes to Sand River though, because you remember when the two Bad Chats carried that game?
Oh yeah.
Those game?
Mm-hmm.
That was them, right? I'm pretty sure, right?
think
Wasn't
so.
it like Muscles and Dark? Or Muscles and I know one of them was Muscles 100%.
Almost dark.
I think it was Muscles and Dark.
It was
I'm pretty
definitely
sure, right?
Muscles. I'm sure it was Muscles. Muscles like almost like if there's a bat chat, Muscles is. I think every time
and like
is in
and
it.
like in Dark wasn't dying in a T100, so I think it was Dark as well.
To chase spotting Fluky, giving the sight line. And Fluky just taking some blinds, I think, at the bushes and stuff, but Chase knows that he's a light tank and he can just kind of hang out in the open wherever he wants. He won't be detected.
Mm-hmm.
And actually keeping Fluky, I think, permalit there, which may be a mistake by Fluky to not make sure that he goes dark, but...
I wonder if he lit Luxon. I don't think he did, because he would have definitely looked at that.
Fluky
Ooh,
taking
he gets
shots,
a
and even
shot,
Chase penning that.
And then Fluky just, like, shoots the ground out of frustration.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. I mean, that shot from that range with the T100 at a 277 is not a guaranteed pen. That's not a guaranteed make contact either. But getting that little shot of damage on a Sand River defense is
big.
A
pancake, you know, on sand. It's really hard to see.
I've had too many bad experiences in my T100 on this map. I've made some, let's just say I've had lag and fallen off of mountains before. And you can see Serve is in position. They have the heavy tank in K0.
That's actually kind of funny that you bring that up, because like Muscles is known for falling off, but we haven't seen him do that, and that's really good on him that he's kind of fixed that, at least for the small format.
Chase doing well on that side, getting 500 spotting, got his shot of damage, and now he's giving North Eyes, and
now he's North Eyes. I don't know if he lit Hector or not. I don't know if Hector got.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did, because I'm pretty sure Ober has shots.
We've seen this a lot on Sand River Attack. It's been we're gonna put a few tanks in the south, and then we need to start flexing north with a certain number.
Here he goes. He definitely
now he sees Hector, and he's not gonna take this shot, I don't think, because he knows he'll take some damage in return.
I don't think he got lit, but he is really close to getting lit there because there's like no bushes and stuff, and it is a super conch just naturally has a lot of view range. Yeah.
And it is not worth the risk for him to lose.
And there it is, though, because it's not worth the risk, because the VZ is going to shoot him instead.
And now he's got the
super conch got a shot too. The super conquer got a shot off too. He's getting crossfired going up the A line.
Oh yeah.
The VZ
he's just been taking a little punish.
Taking D6 here, looking to maybe counter the super cock, or maybe, you know, get that gun down. Yep, Sheep looking to get the gun down, like, hey, don't shoot my boy. Trying to 4-1 you guys. Don't shoot him.
And the South has a 3-on-3 of just kind of everyone at a little bit of distance trying to keep.
Oh, and it looks like it's getting a little spicy on the G line as the IS-7 to 277 go to cross with a Kronwagen lagging behind on the J, but looking to get into middle here.
And with only a T100 to back it up with the Batchet, they can very quickly kill that Super Conqueror, but it may not be a pick worthwhile. But Luxon's now here, and he could change things in the north.
The thing is, Fishy actually flexed out. So Chase actually called him to move, and I think it's because they have that vision. So the VZ is gonna get here soon, and he's actually gonna be able to get in the fight.
If Fishy can dump his clip on them crossing, that's pivotal, and he's gonna be in position as this push is gonna come. I think Sebastian's gonna go up and over, and then Serve and Fluky.
The fact that they're up HP with the T100 in play is insane.
Oof,
you know what I mean?
Knight taking a walloping as here comes the push. Sebastian staying up high.
Just staying up top.
Just got his 2 out, trying to get his 3rd.
All is out.
And trying not to overcommit.
I don't know why he would stay there though, because he kind of needed to go over, because now he's just gonna get picked by the 200 and the VZ. He needs to just go over with the boys. Flounder here trying to be the next pick, but Luxon taking a lot of damage to try to get it across, and he goes down as well. And it looks like Sebastian's going to be the next pick because he didn't go over with his bros.
I thought that Sebastian would have at least at that point tried to run somewhere else. Try to run south. I don't know.
He needed to, it's fine him clipping up top because he has really bad pen and he could like shoot down at the top plate, but he literally needed to just like drive in and go behind the boys.
Surf recognizing they have to counterplay here. Sheep driving south as well, and Fishy just trying to get some distance, trying to get some, just trying to run away, and now Fluky's catching up to Surf, but he's gonna keep going around in a circle here unless he gets tracked. Oh no, he's gonna stop and try to back up. Okay, I'm not sure why, other than I'm confused. Smiley, I'm not sure if you know why he did that, but
I don't know either. They're low rolling though. They got really unlucky there that they low rolled him like that.
Yeah, they will be able to finish him in a moment.
I think he was just looking to get his clip out on the 277.
Ooh,
to make
Serve. Sheep now may have ways to shell on him, which means he's gonna have to.
He's gonna get Fishy's gonna clip again.
He bounces one.
Oh my, both! He bounces.
Oh my goodness, that could have been actually really, really bad. those misses from Tomatitos could have really been awful, and now some damage going out onto the cap. Fluky's a one-shot, Sursa a two-shot, and now Sheep just has to go screen, and they're gonna try to put on as much, I guess, cap pressure as possible to try to win it. But then VZ will reload.
Here's the reason why it was still bad, because Sheep had to come down to kill him.
Yeah.
Sheep needed to stay up in mid to get vision, right? He shouldn't have had to do that. And so now the Bat literally gets to drive around the map for free. They're not going to be able to cap here. Ober is going to eventually getting a pen. And even if he doesn't get a pen, like, Sheep literally has to come out of nowhere at like J7 and stop Vova from killing Fluky. It looks like he already almost has a shot on Fluky. He's going to take his time. Or not.
13 seconds. I don't know if the VZ is going to be loaded quite in time.
He's gonna proxy him. He's so scared. Dun 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 dun.
5 seconds. The VZ is going to have to be loaded. He gets one shot
off. And they actually cap.
They cap it out. Bubba made the play to stop to go for that shot, but only kind of half went for it. And Ober, I think, was not quite loaded again to get another shell. He wasn't able to actually do a shot of damage before, and I think he got 1 reset, maybe 2, but they were like trap shots.
4-1? What is what? Hello? Tomatitos!
Yeah. That one was weird, but I mean...
That was a really weird one, but it was in favor of... Like, that's the thing, dude. That was such a weird one. Because the thing is... I feel like Tomatitos made more mistakes than FHS did, but somehow FHS still lost.
Especially at the end, at least what we could see.
Yeah.
The mistakes where,
well,
like you said,
I mean, literally, Sebastian shouldn't have died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if he wouldn't went over with them, he wouldn't have died. Like, it wouldn't even been this close. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just would have been another heavy tank there that maybe took one more shot of damage crossing.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Because I know exactly what would have happened if Sebastian lived. Sebastian would have went and countered Ober, and it would have been over. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he would have just
crossed.
crossed.
Kept Ober down. He could have kept Ober down, right, on that ridge, and then the IS-7 and the 277 would cap. And it would have been 100% over, and then Sheep would have just sat mid. It would have been GG's. And they would have been able to counter push that so much better.
Here's the post-match stats you can check out here. The big winner, Fluky, 356 fantasy points from Tomatitos, putting up work.
Fluky.
Sheep.
Everybody's my boy if they are good at the game.
Sheep 287, Hector 245, Luxon 240, Sebastian 215, and
wait,
Serve
I
about
think I
200.
actually picked Fluky. Heck yeah, dude.
I think I did too. No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's just...
No, I didn't. I didn't. Shoot. I did pick Sebastian.
Unfortunate for you.
I picked Sebastian.
Wait, you picked Sebastian?
Yeah.
Wait, I think I might have picked Sebastian. Wait, hold on. Now I gotta check. But those are some good games.
Those were. I think the proc games showed that maybe FHS has some work to do. Tomatitos showed that they played Himmelsdorf really well. They may have some work to do on defense, but they're... sorry, not defense, their attack. But it was still like not a bad attack. It actually was honestly a pretty good attack. Their defense went just magnificently with that 5-line counter push.
Hector did.
Oh, well, Hector did better than Sebastian.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Whoa, what the heck? That's crazy. Oh, my lineup. What was your lineup tonight? My lineup was Kenway, Dodo, Vova, Floppy, and Hector.
Mine was Kenway, Very, Sebastian, Dodo, External.
Oh. I don't know how good Floppy played, because we didn't get to see the matches.
I was in a situation where I was like, I wanted to pick Dodo, but then I was like, well, I can't like not pick External.
Up Floppy for Fluky. They're both really good. It looks like Floppy did really well.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's gonna do it for us for tonight. That's the first match day of the second round robin. We'll be back again Wednesday night, a little before 8:30 or so. Make sure to
put the wrong score in the wrong place, and then people go, "FHS did not win against Toma."
Exclamation point fantasy in the chat so that you guys can set up your team for Wednesday. It's some free stuff and it's fun, and you guys can. That's what Smile and I were talking about. That's what those numbers were.
What's on your shirt?
Oh, it's a green screen. This was one of my old Noble t-shirts. I went and grabbed it when I was like, oh, Dodo's playing now and external, so I had to like, try
It looks
to
like a crown, right?
Yeah, his shirt's a very old one. It's just the chroma key is making it a little discolored.
It's
but
colored, right?
Yeah, I was trying to show support, It didn't work. I won't wear it again, guys. I'm sorry. They lost. But yeah, Smiley, where can people find you on Twitch?
People can find me where they already are. Hey, no plan. People can find me on twitch.tv/SmileyRage. They can also find, and you also, if you come to my channel, you can also do !YT, aka YouTube, and to see the matches that you guys have not seen yet. I am uploading all the matches I can. I'm even actually going to be uploading the matches that aren't streamed on our channel. So the other other match that happens tonight as well. So for those of you that may have just seen this for the first time and kind of want to go back and see kind of what happened there, or do some or maybe you're on one of the teams and you want to do some research into your next opponent for this Wednesday, go there. And then also, where can they find you, Germ?
They can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/germ_NA. And !PSC as well. Thank you, Paysafecard. And yeah, we'll see you guys Wednesday for the next set of matches. And sorry again about the drops issue, but it has been sorted out. And you guys should have been getting drops kind of the second half of the stream or so. And
second half, yep.
And you should continue to next match day. So I guess that without further ado, let's find someone to host, Smiley.
Okay.
Who would you like to host today?
I would like to host nobody. No plan. Hold on. See here, True just started his stream. We got Nick, German. You got
I guess we may just have to start
Renjo Man
hosting people that we've hosted all of them before. Unless you can see someone else that we should host.
I'm looking for people that I know. Have we hosted Barks internally? He actually started. He streams.
Sometimes. Yeah. Oh yeah, I follow him. I've known Barks a long time. Yeah, we can host Barks, the Australian.
We could do Barks.
Okay, guys, give Barks some love, and we'll host him. And I guess have a good night, and we'll see you guys Wednesday night.
Have a good night.